We back. It's week 11. How is everyone feeling today? I'm feeling good. I mean, my team's not playing, but that's probably why I'm feeling good. I don't have no anxiety. I don't have to worry about our team. I don't have to worry about nothing. I'm just going to watch the games today with my homie, the co-host of this good countdown, Syl ABDUL.
This is Syl Nation Sports Network.
How we doing,
man,
bro?
Man, we here, man. You know how Sundays go. You know, you wake up. You know, if you believe in the higher power, you pay your respects. Get my coffee, and it's time for football now, man. It's time for football.
Hell yeah, dude. Exactly. Yeah, you got to pay respects. You know, do your little thing, whatever your Sunday morning routine is. Get that out of the way and make sure you're free by 1 o'clock. But if you watch this show, hopefully you're free by like 11:30ish, 11:40, so you can pop in and come chill. And it's exactly why you feel good. Yeah, exactly, because the Bucks ain't playing today.
Yeah,
what's
good? Awesome with the dreamsicle. Seeing that, don't you want like an orange dreamsicle or something now? Like we got the color.
That's why I have this, man. It's like it's that and like orange juice, Sunny D, a mimosa. It's a perfect Sunday.
You gotta feel good, yeah, with colors like that over.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's why I like the vibes over here. You know, on Wednesday night for freezing cold takes, we take it down. You know, the colors like chill. It's a nighttime vibe. We get a little heated actually over there sometimes, freezing cold takes. But over here, we're just hanging out, man. We're just keeping it real, and there's like no expectations. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to put on for nothing. We don't have to act a certain way. We just fucking give our opinion, roast the teams, roast coaches, roast the players and what they say, bro. There's so many people to roast, even hosts, even like analysts and shit. They get roasted too, man. I heard a lot of people earlier today actually bitching still about Jeff Saturday being hired.
Oh my goodness!
Well, it's like, dude.
What I hate is that because now it's getting around this whole Rooney Rule thing where it's not fair, and you gotta go through that process. And I get that because I mean, yes, you want to have everyone to have a proper chance. Like you got the coordinator from the Chiefs. The enemy, he should have been a coach for like the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Right. So, so I get that angle, but I just say don't put that on Jeff Saturday. That's all I'm saying. Like they're making it like he's the only white dude that cut line, ever. You know what I'm saying?
For real,
it's like, come on now. You know what I'm saying? Like let Jeff Saturday live. He got you a W. Now he's back at Lucas Oil Stadium, where he was there when Peyton built the stadium. So lay off Jeff Saturday, y'all.
For real, man. For real. That's exactly how I feel. So I'm glad that I asked you first what your take was on that, because listening to people talk, they're going at Jeff Saturday like it's his fault that another like black person didn't get a head coaching job. I'm with everybody though. Like I agree. They should. That's why the Rooney Rule exists, is so people don't cut in line. But at the same time, like they kind of voided that rule by doing the interim head coach deal.
Exactly.
So I get it there. Like at the same time, do you want a black head coach to get his opportunity as an interim head coach? And like, yeah, if Jeff Saturday does well as his head coach now, like then possibly he can get the full head coaching time job full time. But if he doesn't do good, then he's out. And then you have an opportunity for a black head coach to be a head coach. And I think there's plenty of people who deserve it. It's just like Jeff Saturday didn't ask to cut in line either. Like he got asked to be a head coach, and he was like, you know what? Yeah. He even said, if you watch some of his interviews, he said that it felt like it was a calling from a higher power, that he was like meant to do this. So how can you say anything to that man at that point? Like, you're going to be mad at him for following his faith and following a path that he believes that he is meant to go on? Like,
this may be a new wave in NFL coaching, because I know it kind of already hit the NBA where you got like former players, coming up, and especially if they were attached to either people higher ups in the organization or the organization itself, it's like this isn't nothing new in NBA. It was a time in the 90s where the Lakers had Magic Johnson as a coach. Like, was he qualified? You know what I'm saying? But you see, it's like, I think what Jim Irsay's doing with the Colts, he's like, let's have that hometown thing going on here. So Jeff Saturday, he's one of us, right? Let's bring him in here. And, so I see what they're doing. And I think it's actually going to be good for business. People forget the business aspect too. But yes, during the offseason, that's when the Rooney Rule, that's the whole point. The rule is for the offseason. This was interim. So I think this is a non-story right there. People that's getting upset about Jeff Saturday. And I just want to see a good show in Indy, man. That's still my second home.
Yeah. And as Gary says, the unfortunate thing is that people are always making everything about race. Absolutely, man. I agree. Yeah, like, however, though, like these tropes exist, and in order to try to give everyone a fair shot, I mean, that's why stuff like the Rooney Rule exists, so people can get a fair shot. But if it wasn't all about race, the best person would get the job every time. You just got to make sure that the people who didn't have a fair chance on their way up or don't have a fair chance now get a fair chance. So that's why those things need to be addressed. But if a player's been there already, like if they've been in the culture, if they've been in the organization during a time when they were winning and they had that culture and they know the way they want to get back to a certain culture, specifically too for this, like Jeff Saturday was there when the Colts were the best team for like a decade with Peyton Manning, and they haven't been for like a decade without Peyton Manning. So what's the easiest way to return to that? Get a player who obviously has no former college or NFL coaching experience, but he knows how a day-to-day should be run. And obviously they have a roster that we all thought could go to the Super Bowl, at least be competitive for a playoff chance. Yeah. And he turned them around in 1 week. I mean, it was a close game. Don't get me wrong, but they did good, though. They did good.
It's sad he had to come into the building for them to say, okay, I know Matt Ryan's been getting thrashed, but he should be the starting quarterback, right? Like, come and say that? It's like, wow.
Did he have to say that? Yeah, right. Did he have to say that? Like, oh, my God. And Mama Bear, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. If anyone here, obviously, if you're here, you're probably a DC fan of some sorts, and if you missed her morning drawing yesterday, you got to go check that out. It was a tribute to Kevin Conroy, Batman. It was really cool. She does really great art, Mama Bear. Got to get some good countdown art from Mama Bear. Gonna have to commission.
Shout out to Maz. You know, she repping Syl Nation. Maz has always, in a way, been a part of Syl Nation, and Maz know how internet and social media goes. But all I would say, I'm glad she's rocking with the circle here.
Absolutely. She's an adult. That's what we fuck with, not no kids, as you like to say. I love putting that southernness. Now you got that, them kids. I love that shit, bro. That's what they are.
I start talking to him, bro. It's like,
I know. Same thing with like, don't get in your feelings. Like, don't get. I love that.
People show you who they are. It's like if they want to be children, then okay, like
absolutely
treat them like children.
Yeah, and I've dealt with like that type of energy my entire life, just being a Patriots fan, growing up, being a Tom Brady fan, and people just hating for no reason. Like, oh, you're just hating to hate. Okay, cool. Like, so I've had to match that.
Well, that just means we're the winning team. That's what I'm really realizing more and more. It's like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? If you ain't looked at as winning, then no one's gonna hate on you. So
that's the best way to put that. Yeah, that's the best way to put that. We're the winning team. And Dirk Diggler says, honestly, how important are head coaches these days? It's a team effort. They're pretty important. I know it sounds that way. It is a team effort, but they're pretty important. If before with Frank Reich, the highest paid offensive line in the league was playing like the worst, and then 1 week changes and they go back to playing like the best again because Jeff Saturday called them out.
Well, you got to have a plan, right? So I mean, does a coach matter? Yeah, the coach does matter. You got to have a plan. You got to have that discipline. If you give let's say if you give the offensive player, like the quarterback, the game plan, and then the defensive, the middle linebacker, the game plan for defense, you're going to trust the players to run that plan and stay disciplined and practice. And, you got to have that structure with a head coach. So I lightly push back on that. I think coaching is important. We've seen bad coaching, right? I can't imagine any team that's really risen above a bad coach. Like Gruden was terrible for some years, and the Raiders was terrible, and then they got rid of him, and then all of a sudden they did better because discipline changed, right? You know what I mean? So I'm just, just a slight, devil's advocate on that. Yeah.
No, yeah, I completely agree with what you said. But it's good to have different opinions here and people asking questions. So thank you, Dirk, for asking that question. But yeah, I agree. Like, it takes 53 guys to do it, but they're not gonna all be under the same like coordination and in order to be efficient. Like, obviously, like you said, John Gruden, or in this case, Frank Reich, like, he hasn't been a great head coach, in my opinion, bro. You laughing at Steve Nash?
Yeah, that's a great example, because as soon as Nash is out, all of a sudden the intensity of the team risen. Now, was some of that too? That's playing for their brother Kyrie Irving. Yes, that is a part of it as well too. And I think I think Kyrie's playing today. Let's hope so. But the point, I don't want to get sidetracked here. The point is coaching. You do need that game plan, and I think it does affect team performance.
For sure. Donnie B was happening. How you doing, man? Let's see what's Dirk saying. Isn't everything micromanaged in the NFL like it is in Major League Baseball? In the old days, an MLB manager called all the shots, and now it's from the front office. It depends, coach to coach in NFL. It's different. Yeah, like Bill Belichick, for example, he's the general manager and the head coach. He's been a winning head coach for over 20 years, so he's obviously got more say. Sometimes obviously, like for the Dallas, on this case, Jerry Jones, the owner, he's like the owner GM. So it depends case to case, and everything is micromanaged, yes. However, the philosophies change a lot and how football should be played team to team. Some people want to have like a certain identity, but they don't have the roster for it, and they still try to go for that. Other people just look at their roster and try to maximize what they can off of that. It just depends.
Yeah. It's a culture thing, but this is what I would say. I think we see two, I hate to say like polar opposite, but this is the best two examples off the top of the head, Dirk. Front office managed football team, you think Cowboys, right? You think Jerry Jones is in all their business, all up in their meetings, and in their videos. And then you have like the Patriots. It's all about the coach, Bill Belichick, right? Belichick kind of pushed back at the owner about the Brady thing before. So it's like two different cultures, whatever works the best. I don't watch enough baseball to catch that comparison, as far as how it's ran between what it was in the past. But that's a good example, though, Dirk. I love different ideas, throwing dialogue out there.
Absolutely. And different perspectives, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, we don't I don't watch baseball a lot either, but I know what he's saying, because I did used to watch it like back in the 90s and early 2000s when the Yankees were really good. And yeah, the manager was more important back then, but now it's a lot different. Just because of analytics. Yeah.
And side note, not to change the subject too much or bring any moves down. Shout out to Mads, actually reminded me. We lost the Green Power Ranger, Jason David Frank. It has been confirmed. The details are out there. I don't want to dwell too much on that. But as a childhood thing, I do want to pay my respects, definitely. Jason David Frank, we lost the Green Power Ranger. That my favorite. Watching that show, I was getting tired of watching the Power Rangers until the Green Ranger pulled up. And that changed the whole show for me, man. So, that's really a childhood icon for me. So just want to pay my respects on that.
I feel you there. Gotta run errands. Bad Dan, thank you for showing up, coming through, hanging out. Sorry about the Packers, homie. That's all I gotta say about that. Sorry about the Packers. We all picked them on Thursday night, bro. We all picked them Thursday night.
I thought that's gonna bounce back.
Yeah. We thought it, man. We thought it. Green and white Power Ranger. That was your favorite.
Well, he's the green to me. I understand people, people know him as the White Ranger. To me, he's the green Power Ranger.
I know him. Yeah, I remember as a White Power Ranger. Yeah, and we got Jaggernaut. Let's Duval,
man?
bro.
Yeah.
Speaking of Duval, a little story I heard: the Jaguars stadium had like mad complaints and violations of health violations. They had like multiple rats and multiple like rodent feces around their food in their stadium. So sorry, Jaggernaut. I just remembered that, but I just saw that because I'm from Florida and that was a news story down here. You gotta get your shit together and do all over there at the stadium, bro. But anyways, your Bears looking hot. They're looking hot. They still got to get a win and execute the game at the end of the game. They're fun to watch, but man,
we're playing with house money right now, right, with the Bears. So I just want us to look good. We want to look good. As Primetime said, Deion Sanders, you look good, you play good, they pay good. So I don't care about them winning. I don't care about that. Just look good. Let's just look good every
Let's look good. Checking out. All right, man. If it's skeleton, maybe it was an old story, but maybe I thought I saw it today. But that's a very funny comment. Skeletons from the past. What's good, Taladia? Thank you for coming through. It's probably super. It's probably late for you now. You have to let me know what time it is. Where he's on the other side of the fucking world, man. Fields look good. Yeah, that's all that matters, right? Oh, he's saying Fields. Fields does look good. Justin Fields. All right, so let's get into it. Real quick though, last week our prediction record, little recap. I haven't been making the banners, but I'm gonna catch back up on that. I've been super busy at my new job, but I'm gonna catch back up with that. So because I want to have like a full thing at the end of the year of all those banners together, which look really cool. However, though, fucking me and Syl picked the games, and I forget which game did me over, but we literally had again like the same predictions, but there was just one that I picked that he won, and I think that was the Steelers game. The Steelers won at home, and I picked the Saints to win on the road, which was a bad idea. So Syl went 7-5 last week. I went 6-6, and I now have the same record as the Houston Texans. I'm 1-7-1. And Syl is 7-1-1, just kicking my ass. I'm almost out of playoff contention at this point. If we had, I'm just playing. We're gonna have to keep going through the playoffs for me to even.
Playoffs gonna be fun.
Yeah, you're gonna win the regular season, and we're gonna have to go back to 0-0 when the playoffs start. So I have a fucking chance again. God damn. But that's how last week went. Syl's just killing it. And today we'll see if hopefully we got some different picks and I win the different picks, so I can get another fucking W. Yeah. Shut up, man. Stop laughing at my pain, James. Money James over here, bro. Oh my God. And James, you have to let us know what the picks are for today, what the slips are today. And bro, I can't say your name. It's just too funny. My parents watch this shit, bro. I can't be saying your name. He go, but he says, I just call him Dildo. That's a perfect name for a Bills fan, anyways. How about the snow in Buffalo? Thoughts on the NFL moving today's game to Detroit? I obviously, as a football fan, I wish that they played in the snow. However, listening to like the beat reporter for the Bills talk about it, you have 70,000 people going in to Orchard Park, and you have to have like emergency crews for all that, snow plows for all that, police, ambulance, fire department for all those people. But at the same time, you have one of the biggest snowstorms in history for Buffalo going on. So rather than have those emergency services available for the citizens who actually live there year round, you'd be taken away from that during this storm specifically to have it for the NFL game. So that's why they're moving it, because they need to have those emergency services for the people who are going to be caught in this storm. I mean, it sucks because next week they're literally going right back to Detroit to play Detroit. So it's kind of unfortunate that way, but it makes sense if you look at it logistically as an adult and like not as an NFL fan. How do you feel about that, Syl?
Yeah, I mean, hey, nobody want to play in no snow, man. So They really don't want to do that.
Bro, that's the best answer after my big analytical day. Ain't nobody want to play no snow. Shit, that's funny, yo. That's funny. Driving in snow is no joke. Mixing some booze and look out. People safety first. Yeah, for sure. Don't drink and drive in the winter. It's the dumbest fucking thing of all time. Driving in the snow is no joke. I grew up in it and I hated it. That's why I moved. I fucking hate, like, dude, I would be ready to go to work and all of a sudden there's a light dusting and now your commute is 30 minutes more. And now if somebody fucking gets in an accident on your way, like, you're probably late to work. I hated it. I hated fucking snow. Still do. But that is how we ended last week. Still barely beat me again. And I'm fucking lost again. Well, let's start this week's game day. We got some games that are losing teams, but then we got one game later on in the day, some winning teams. I am starting, however, though, with the best game for us to pay attention to, and that's the Bears going down to get some lemon pepper and ATL, dog. Woo! The Bears 3-7. They should be like 5-5. Honestly, they lost some close games, and then the Falcons 4-6, who've been losing a little bit. You know how we do with these Bears picks, man. I'm just gonna let you go.
Man, so the Bears, the baby Bears, growing up every week, still taking L's, but they're growing up. It's looking good. The quarterback looks like the next Michael Vick, right? Like in real time. Going to the dirty South, huh? ATL, y'all know the vices that young people get into when they go to the ATL. So I'm a little worried about my baby Bears going out there. I think they did get some lemon pepper last night. But it can have a weird effect. I mean, I think they probably just went to sleep 4 hours ago, this team. And now they're getting up to try to play a game. We're going to look good because it's in the ATL. But overall this season, the Falcons actually have been playing better football if you're going to compare two teams. Baby Bears, we're going to look good, but the Falcons going to win the game.
Man. Damn. I didn't think. I did not think.
Club 112. You know what was going on. Come on now.
Oh, shit. I know, bro, right? Yeah, ATL, especially at home, too. It's a different thing with that lemon pepper, man. And JT's the boy coming through here. What's good, Austin Syl? Can't post much today as I'm installing a ceiling fan before the game. Yo, good luck. Be careful, homie. Be careful. Make sure you got a spotter on that ladder. Here for the good times, though. Yo, thank you for being here, bro. Thank you for being here. Just made you a mod player, so appreciate you being here. But yeah, Bears, Falcons. So like I said to start this, hopefully we got some different picks today, and I win them. Okay, this game is going to be fun to watch if you're an old school type of person. They're both run dominant. And Justin Fields in the last 2 weeks alone has 325 rush yards. That's fucking insanity.
That's like that's probably top 2 running back for the last couple weeks.
Easily. And not to mention they already have good running backs. And David Montgomery had only 9 carries last week, but he had 4.1 yards per carry, which is solid. You want anything over 4 is good because you're at least making that first run or the second down run. You get closer to the sticks, closer to a third and short. And then on defense, they've actually allowed 4.6 yards per carry against the run. So that's why it's going to be interesting because the Falcons have a good rushing attack too. They're more of like a committee approach where it's like Mariota, and I forget the other guy's name now, and then Cordell Patterson, who's back. But last week they had 25 carries and 138 yards together and 5.5 yards per carry. So if you match those stats up, they should be running over the Bears a little bit. But if it comes down to passing attack, because both teams know you're going to run, right? If you can get some play actions in there, if you can do some Fields little fakes for a run and he goes to pass or anything like that. I think what this game comes down to, since everything like X's each other off, is quarterback versus quarterback. And I think Justin Fields is going to be more dynamic than Mariota. They've been on the road in the cold, or in the cold at home, I should say. And now they're on the road and they got to blow off some steam last night and they're ready to get a win today. I'm going with the fucking Bears, bro. I'm going with the Bears, a little upset action to start the day off, just so I can root for the Bears and hopefully they win and so can be like, shit, I should have picked my team. But last time I did this, the Bears lost, so we'll fucking figure that one out when that happens.
It's a good thing I never feel like that all year. Like, I should have picked my team. I never felt like that the whole year. So I like my chances.
Slim chance that shit's gonna happen.
I'm happy. Hey, if they win, obviously, I don't mind losing if it's my team doing it. So I don't mind.
And Jaggernaut says bye weeks kind of as wins, right? Right? Yeah, dude. They do for us because we don't have to worry about our team losing today. We don't have to worry about shit. We can just watch the games and enjoy them. So I count that as a win, as just an NFL fan in general. But yeah, that's gonna be a good game to watch. I think we've seen great close games out of each of those teams all year long. So I don't think it's gonna end today. That's gonna be fun to watch. I can't wait. The next game should be interesting too, or it might be a blowout. And that is the Philadelphia Eagles going to the first home head coaching game for Jeff Saturday, the most hated coach in the NFL right now. And that's the 8-1 Eagles, by the way, going up against the 4-5-1 Colts. And last week, the Eagles got handed their first loss. It was actually on Monday night, and I sent a screenshot of the score into one of our chats. I was like, what is happening in Philadelphia right now? Because I could not believe that they were getting owned by the Commanders. Yeah. They fucking gave the ball up 4 times, though. And they only turned the ball over 3 times before that all season. All fucking season. It's like was it the Commanders winning? Or was it the Eagles giving the game away? And on the road in Lucas Oil Stadium today, as we mentioned earlier, it's going to be interesting to see because I don't think it's going to be Thrash Ryan anymore. At least not today. I think the offensive line got that fucking accountability that they needed, man. Jeff Saturday, Hall of Fame center, came in and called you out. You can't say nothing to him. You can't make no excuses to Jeff Saturday, bro. I think the Eagles are going to get their second loss today. I think one thing the Eagles haven't done all season or haven't had to do all season is rebound after a loss. On the road, nonetheless. I think we start to see them unravel. And I think the biggest thing for an NFL team is learning how to play through adversity. And they just let it compound on top of itself on Monday night. Now, I could be surprised. However, I think the Colts just got it in them. They're going to have Jonathan Taylor running the ball again. I mean, fucking go figure, right? If you have Jonathan Taylor on your team, you should probably use him. 147 yards and a touchdown last week. And then Thrash Ryan fucking to represent his old number, 222 yards, dude. Crazy. He had a 109 QBR rating last week on his way back, and he had 2 different targets with Paris Campbell and Michael Pittman Jr. I think their offense is balanced now. It's just up to the defense to just do enough to keep the Eagles out of the end zone, and I think we've got another upset. I could start today 0-2 with both of those picks, but what do you have for today, Philadelphia versus Colts, man, at Lucas Oil Stadium?
It's funny. If the Eagles didn't lose last week, I probably would have picked this game as, okay, because you got to lose one game, right? Going, in the season, no one's going to go undefeated like ever again, right, or whatever. I just don't see it. So this would have been a nice trap game. Now the Eagles just lost to the division, again, division foe. Commanders last week. So it's like I kind of get how they got caught up in that. This game here against the Colts, like you said, the Colts, their strong point, Jeff Saturday would know, and a lineman would know. Yeah, we run the ball. Let's have some run blocks, right? So they would run the ball. But the Eagles, somehow they keep getting strong. Like they did a couple weeks ago, they got Robert Quinn, right, from my Bears.
Yep.
And then
they just signed. Yeah.
Linval Joseph, run stuffer, and Ndamukong Suh.
I just saw him the other week in Tampa too. I was so mad about that.
Right. And hey, somebody showed him that money. So he's like, okay, let me go over there and stuff the run. And he can get after the quarterback too. But he's gonna be situational. They got two big guys that they can rotate in there along with their starters. So these are backup veterans they signed. I don't see the Colts' strength being a real strength today. And hey, again, it's gonna be fun seeing Jeff Saturday back in Indy in Lucas Oil Stadium. The roof will be closed, but the Eagles gonna turn the lights out in there. So we go with the Eagles.
Oh no, dude. Oh no, man. My pick just got annihilated. Yeah. Might start the day 0-2 and still might be 2-0, but who knows? Could be in my favor. The only way to get a win is to switch it up. You know what I mean? So that's what we gotta do. But we got bangers. We got bangers after bangers to start today, man. We got that game. Or the Eagles are just gonna, like you said, turn the lights out on the Colts. But I don't see that happening. I think it's gonna be a close game. I think the Bears-Falcons is gonna be a close game, and I think this game in fucking Foxborough today is gonna be another close game, right? The Jets, 6-3, coming into town to go against the New England Patriots, who are 5-4. Both teams over 500 and in the playoff race. This hasn't happened since 2015, Week 16, and that game ended in overtime with Fitzmagic getting the win with fucking Brandon Marshall. So that's how long ago it's been. Almost 10 years since both these teams have been competitive in the playoff race and going against each other during the season. And it's in Foxborough, right? You got to give them a little bit of advantage for that. You got to give them a little bit of advantage of Belichick going against a younger quarterback. However, the Jets have been looking good again because they seem to have somebody to fill in for Bryce Hall. I think it's James Robinson is his name. He's a pretty solid backup, and they have a little two tandem attack with another running back who is slipping my name right now, and I didn't write it down. So, Michael Carter, I believe that's who it is. So that's how good Bryce Hall is he needs two running backs to make up for his effort, right?
Dude was rookie of the year, man. Offensive rookie of the year. That would have been awesome to see him finish.
Well, maybe next year he can get comeback player of the year and show out like AP did. However, on the other side, you got both good run defenses for the Jets and the Pats. Both pretty good secondary. So you got to get some kind of offensive attack. And I don't think it's either comes down to Zach Wilson. Are you going to play good? Mac Jones, are you going to play good? If either team gives up a turnover, I think the team that gets the turnover is probably going to win. But, for this game, Ramondre Stevenson is running the ball like a madman. He reminds me of Lawrence Maroney back in the day. Or LeGarrette Blount. Like, there's always the Pats always get a headed guy to just run all over the place around this time of year. So I love it, man. Give me the dreads, give me the Pats. I think they're winning at home today. And Jets, don't you dare make me 0-3 to start this fucking day. I'll be pissed off. But what do you think? You think Sauce Gardner is gonna sauce Mac Jones or what?
Sauce, right? Yeah, it's all my sauce, man. I tell you, the Jets really showed me something the last couple of weeks. Like you said, when their rookie running back went down, I was jumping off the bandwagon immediately for the Jets. I was like, I know the defense is great. You do have an average quarterback. I don't care what anyone says about Wilson. So it was the running game, right? Well, like you said, they're still running the game. They're still playing good defense. Last time I checked, that's a good combination to win football games. And especially if you're playing an average team, the Patriots are an average team. Defense travels. Sauce. I'm going with the Jets.
Hell yeah, defense travels.
Get that W.
I'm going back to my week 1 ways of just being fucking doing all the upsets and not making smart picks. I don't care though. I gotta change it up. I love it. And that's just how we're gonna do it. That's how we're gonna start this day off, with banger after banger after banger. And to follow all those games, we got some stinkers, but they might end up being good games to watch just because each team is kind of And to start that is down in New Orleans. You got the Los Angeles Rams coming in at 3-6 to face the 3-7 Saints. And believe it or not, both these teams are still somehow in the playoff hunt. Don't ask me how. Mathematically, they're not out yet. They're still in it. But the Rams last week, they lost at home to Colt McCoy. And the Saints last week lost on the road to Kenny Pickett. So and also the Saints have their offense specifically has the most turnovers in the NFL. You figure Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald should probably get a couple, 2-3 of those. But you're looking at the Rams offense. Cooper Kupp, he's on the IR. And also, I'm not sure if Matt Stafford is back. I'll have to check that out. I can check that right now. He did practice, but he was a game time decision last week, so you figure he should be back this week. But if John Wolford needs to back up, if he needs to back up or step in, he did play pretty solid last week. I mean, he was 24 for 36, 212 yards, a touchdown and an interception, and he had almost like an 80 QBR. So, I mean, that's decent. That's decent. Decent enough. Like, gets the job done, but they still lost against Colt McCoy. The battle of the backups. What a game that was. However, I think the Rams, man, they got to get this, and I'm literally only pulling for the Rams just because the Saints turn the ball over so damn much. And hopefully their voodoo tricks have worn off this point in the season. But we'll see, man. We'll see. Who do you have for the Los Angeles Rams versus the New Orleans Saints today, man?
Yeah, I'm going all in with the voodoo. I think even if they do turn the ball over, Red Rocket, Andy Dalton, he moves the ball, man. Like, especially at home, they find a way to score points. Though their defense is banged up, Marshawn Lattimore hasn't played like in a month now, and he's still out. But I'm learning that at home, the Saints are pretty solid. And let me stop my phone from ringing. And I'm going to go actually because even though the fact that Stafford is playing, that almost means nothing that Stafford's playing. So we're going with the Saints. We're going with the Saints. And I don't know if anybody else just caught that shit, but this homie comes into the stream and just has the auto ad on. And he just fucking pops right in onto the fucking screen, man. Yo, let me give you an intro first. We're not gonna do the full intro though, because we already into this shit, and we're limited for time, bro. We're limited for time. But without further ado, I didn't know we were having a guest picker today. What's good, Skywalker? How we doing,
I have
bro?
no idea. I finally feel what Leon feels when he just clicks to join the stream and it just adds him. I don't know what the hell is going on. Like, it just did that like for the past 2 times. But what's going on, y'all? I was trying to surprise you, Austin. Yeah. You wasn't checking the DM, bro.
Nah, bro, I'm live, homie. I never checked
I feel it. You know what I'm saying? But much love. I just wanted to stop in here and come talk to the homies, come talk some football. Since I'm off today, you know what I'm saying? I'm usually not off on the Sundays, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm seeing Austin. I think you about to lose this week, man. Syl. Yo, that coach pick,
message he came in just to say that.
Bro, that coach pick. I don't think that coach pick gonna turn out too well, man. I'm totally with Syl. I think that the Eagles about to really put it on the Colts. And Jeff Saturday got a whole lot to prove. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I think they're gonna get the W today, man, because he's got a whole lot to prove. But yeah, he also thinks that me and him have picked different each of these games. Every game so far we picked different. So, I mean, it's either gonna be a big win for the kid or it's gonna be just another week of losing. What do I have to lose? What do I have to lose at this point, bro? You know, gotta switch it up.
To the win.
For sure.
For this next game, though, if we have different picks, I'm gonna be very surprised because you'll see why. It's the fucking stink bowl of the day, okay? The Washington Commanders, who are 5-5, they go to H-Town to go against the Texans, who have the same record that I do. They're 1-7-1 on the season.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't have Lovie Smith as a head coach, but they do.
That's your record on there.
That's my record, bro. That's my record. I ain't shy from it. That's what it is. You know, I earned that record. Fucking Commanders, though, just came off a very surprising win against the Eagles. They were able to get 4 turnovers, like I said earlier. And the Texans are the Texans. I mean, I don't really know what to say else about that. Sky, since you're here, what is your pick for that? I'm going Commanders for that win, obviously.
Yeah, I'm going Commanders too, just because I feel like they have a little bit more momentum, obviously, than Houston does. And so I'm definitely going to be looking forward to Washington kind of coming out on top during that game. Absolutely.
What do you think about that? So if you pick the Texans right now, I'm gonna fall over, bro.
I gotta go with the Commanders, man. I mean, hey, that was a good win for their swag, beating the Eagles last week. So I think they're gonna carry over. And that division, man, just side story, NFC East, man, is looking pretty good. Cowboys been out lose again because they're gonna be at the bottom of the division in a minute. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, seriously, I'm surprised that the Giants are hanging up there and doing as well as they are, and we might as well just skip right to their game since I mentioned the Giants. That's a good transition. I think they're gonna easily get the win today at home. They got the Lions coming in off a win streak. Yeah, you heard that right. I had to pause on that. I had to let that breathe a little bit. The Lions are coming in on a win streak. They're 3-6, and they're going against the 7-2 Giants, who are second in that division. And if I'm right, they could tie for first in the division today because I think the Eagles are going to lose. But I think the Giants are easily going to get that win at home. They have what I've heard now, Denny Dimes. He's got a new nickname. They just call him White Vic or something like that. This is kind of funny, bro.
Still face?
Yeah, I do. I didn't call him that, bro. I didn't call him that.
You need to put some respect on Michael Vick's name, bro.
Oh, I know, bro. When I heard that, I was like, you guys are wilding for calling him a White Vic.
They don't remember
against him. I want to pick against him just because.
Just for whoever with that nickname.
Yeah, right. Who do you have though? Lions coming in to face the Giants at MetLife. So,
man, Giants are rolling, man. Again, I like the Giants all season. They're just a well-coached team. Like, I hope they stay the course because I would love to see that Giants-Eagles game with first place on the line.
Yeah.
Long term, but yeah, Giants. I think they're gonna take care of business just because they're just a better team than the Lions. So they're just gonna take the W right there.
Yeah, easy enough. And how about you, Sky? How do you feel?
The last time that I came on here and I picked the Lions, it definitely backfired. You know what I'm saying? That was that week that we all picked the Lions and we all ended up on freezing cold takes, right? So I'm definitely going with the Giants. I am expecting a big game out of Saquon Barkley too. So I'm definitely thinking that the Giants are going to roll over on the Lions today. Giants. Yeah.
As they should. And we'll be surprised, man. I'll be surprised if they don't. Just like I was surprised that the Packers lost to the fucking the Lions. I mean,
hey, Syl love when the Packers lose, yo. You know what I'm saying? Syl, yo, seeing the Packers lose really just puts a smile on his face and joy in his heart.
This is a successful season, like already. Like the season, it don't even matter what happens the rest of the way like that. As long as they missing the playoffs, this is a good season, man. Right down here with us. Like, you know what I mean? Like we battle for playoff draft positions right now. This is great.
Oh my god, bro! But hey, I think they're gonna win that battle. I think the Bears have more life in them than the Packers do. I mean, at least the Bears can actually score. And without further ado, though, speaking on that, two B teams, I guess. One's a B team, one's an F team. The Browns, 3-6, are gonna be facing the Bills. However, this game is gonna be in Detroit, I believe, because of the snowstorm. They had to move the game to a neutral site. However, Cleveland is really close to Detroit. Not that far of a drive for those fans to go there. And I somehow that game sold out. I don't know how it happened. I think the last time this happened, they were just giving tickets away to go to this game. I think either way, Bills get a bounce back win versus the Browns. Unless somehow they're all fucked up, or maybe Josh Allen didn't make the plane, or he's there, right? So I don't think anything crazy is going to happen there. They're not facing the Vikings. The Vikings were quite the test for them last week, and they just came up short. I think the Bills easily got this. They have reverse records, right? So you think at the end of this game, the Browns should be 3-7, and the Bills should be 7-3. But what do you guys think? What do you think still is going to happen today in Detroit, not in Orchard Park?
Yeah, Josh Allen, he needs to, take care of the ball. That's why they've been losing these last couple of games. So, yeah, I mean, they're playing the Browns. The Browns have a bad aura around them. Like, Deshaun Watson is practicing. Next week, he can return, I think, against the Texans. I think the Browns are cursed, though. Like, just as a
think it's week 13. It's week 13.
So I think it's like a bye week and something like that. But so he's on his way back, and so, but it's just bad mojo with the Browns, and now it's like they got like a double road, but it's kind of like a home game at Detroit. The Bills are going to win. That's the whole point. The Browns may not win another game the rest of the season. I think they're just cursed, man. So I'm going.
Wow. That's quite the fucking take. What I think cursing this year was bringing Elfie back and putting that fucking elf on the middle of the field. I mean, besides hiring and fully guaranteeing Deshaun Watson's contract, which if you're outside of the NFL and you're wondering why play him at all because of all that press, that's why. Because he signed a massive contract and they paid him a lot of money guaranteed. So he's got to play. It's just how it works. So, Sky, how do you feel Browns going in to face the Bills in Detroit?
Man, with me loving like playing football, right? I was actually really bummed out when I heard that they were going to move this game to Detroit, right? Because I love those, what really separates football from basketball is like just being in the outdoor elements and everything, right? And you having to kind of deal with that, especially it giving certain teams at home field advantage, right? So, but when I saw what the stadium looked like, I was like, okay, I understand why they ended up moving it. But I do think that I'm not picking the Browns until fucking Deshaun Watson is under center. So even with Josh Allen kind of struggling, and he was one of my early MVP picks this year, right? But he got to get it back on track, yo. They have kind of been losing because of his inability to take care of the football. But I'm looking forward to this being kind of like a bounce back game for him, and hopefully he can return to that true kind of MVP form, and Peely won't be so upset. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been roasting Peely, yo. I've been having all kind of Thurman Thomas, Jim Kelly, Bruce Smith jokes. You've been having to hear all these. You know what I'm saying?
that's the golden ages. I grew up in upstate New York, obviously, so I had a lot of old heads that used to be Bills fans, and they would call me a front runner for being a Patriots fan. I'm like, hey, you were a front runner too at one point, except your team lost 4 years in a row. My team hasn't.
I was like, yo, too bad that you know that they can't hang them banners from them 4 straight Super Bowls that they lost. You know what I'm saying?
Second in the league 4 years in a row, bro. Oh shit! And I missed this comment, but Sugar Booger says, speaking of Michael Vick, do you know that his all-time favorite song is "Who Let the Dogs Out"? Bro, that's a bad joke. I highlighted that to tell you need to go back to your field of corn, homie, and get to fucking chucking, because that's where all your jokes are. You need a little bit more corn for that fucking joke. God damn, homie. God damn, Sugar Booger. But anyways, keep it going with this 1 p.m. slate. We ain't done yet. We got one more, and this is a game that's probably going to be a blowout, and that is the Panthers, who are 3-7, bottom of the division, right with the Saints, versus the Baltimore Ravens, who are 6-3, top of their division, I believe, and they have one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. The rushing attack this year, 5.5 yards per carry, which is second in the NFL, and they're only 7th in attempts. So they're not even, they're still passing the ball. They're still doing a balanced offensive attack. And you got Justin Tucker, Mr. Automatic, kicking the field goals. So if it ever was close in this game, which I don't think it will be, he's there to win the game for you no matter what. I think this is an easy pick, unless PJ Walker and the boys put on a show like they did a couple weeks ago in Atlanta. But to me, this is an easy win for the Ravens. What do you guys think? We'll start with Sky. Do you think Lamar Jackson is going to put on a show today in Baltimore? In Baltimore too, at home.
Absolutely, yo. I got all the faith in Lamar Jackson, and I think that the Ravens are going to roll the Panthers. Real talk. I just got a feeling that it's not going to be a good day for Carolina. Ever since they got rid of Christian McCaffrey, I've really been off that bandwagon too. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I hear you, bro.
Integrity. No one knows anything about anything.
Nobody.
My guy, integrity.
It's not a Syl Nation stream without one inevitable comment, dude. You need it there.
Inevitable, man.
And what do you think? And speaking of inevitable, man, do you think that Lamar Jackson is an inevitable man today for the Panthers?
I tell you, the Ravens, man, it's weird. They've been under the radar all season, really. And I think that's a dangerous for the rest of the league. That's dangerous that Lamar Jackson's under the radar. Just long-term pick I'm going to throw out there. The Ravens going to make the AFC Championship game. I'm just going to throw that out there. Whatever road they're going to knock one of these top teams off, and right now the top teams to me is in the AFC is the Chiefs. I put the Dolphins up there and the Bills. You got the Ravens right there. So, but anyway, Ravens going to take care of business today, and they're just going to be coasting under the radar. Lamar just going to be throwing numbers out. His price goes up. Yesterday's price,
right?
It's not today's price. So he's going to add another W today.
Yo, I love when Syl say it with his chest. That was a bold proclamation. He's like, yo, they're gonna make the AFC Championship. That's what's up, yo. Hey.
Oh yeah. Let me caveat that though, being the co-host here, that the last time he made a bold prediction, it was for the Jags to be to win their division, the dark horse in their division. So
you sound like the anti-Syl Nations. Looking for L's, bro.
I ain't looking for L's, bro.
Yo, sound like that, bro.
We got receipts over here too, player.
I think I was on that stream.
Oh, you might have been. But he said it multiple times. My homie double, triple down a couple of weeks in a row because the Jags were looking good.
Hey, look, and you see our record, right? But he goes past all these W's. Anti-Syl.
Like, bro, you 1-7-1. You know what I'm saying?
He's right, though. He is right. That wasn't.
I had to, bro. Yeah, come on. I had to.
I know.
You know, and for me, it's straight up out of love, man. Just cause homie's been winning too much on this side over here this year, man. I can't.
Gotta knock him down a few pegs.
Yeah, I gotta knock him. Come on.
Translating all arenas, you know.
He just goes around. He's got a championship belt. Throws it over his shoulder. You got one of these? You got one of these championship belts? You got a ring? Oh, sorry. No, have one of those. Get you one of these.
Still over there doing the discount double check. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah, but that is our wonderful 1 o'clock games. And as you see down here in the ticker, we're going to be live on Twitch watching those 1 o'clock games with our eyes on a few of them most likely. And the other ones will just be, for when there's commercials or timeouts. We'll be able to have football to watch, basically. That's what those other games are for. And this, the first 4 o'clock game, as I call it, the layover game, is, when you're falling asleep a little bit and there's not another game yet, but you got to stay up. You got to stay on the couch.
Trashiest games, bro.
Trash games, bro. The layover games, no one wants a layover, bro. No one wants to watch this game. Of the season. Who and what's that, you wonder? It's a division matchup, actually. Fucking Raiders, 2-7 Raiders versus the Broncos, who are 3-6. They're at home, though, at Mile High, and the Broncos have no reason to win this game. Neither do the Raiders, though, but I think this is the only reason why I'm going to take this pick, right? You can't lose after you cry at the podium. I'm going with Derek Carr and the Raiders on the road versus Russell Wilson and the Broncos at home. That could be a freezing cold take, and he might be crying again, but we shall find out. I have literally no thoughts on that game other than it's going to suck, and when we watch it, we're probably just going to be laughing the whole time whenever it's on. Like, okay. Let's go back. Let's go back to the 1 o'clock games. Yeah, let's go back to the end of these 1 o'clock games. What do you think, Syl, about this trash bowl at 4:05? What do we got?
Real talk, this is the worst game of the season. Like, this really is. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you look at the Raiders, like you said, Derek Carr crying. He bearing his soul, right, in the press conference after the last game. Then they went to Derek Carr's coach, McDaniels, and say, what's going on with Derek Carr? And Derek said, I don't know. What's wrong with it? The Raiders are just in a disarray. The quarterback crying. The coach don't care. The quarterback crying. This is rough, man, right? And then they go into just as dysfunctional situation with the Broncos not riding. You got Russell Wilson, who literally is worse than Geno Smith right now. Right? That's who would have thought that, right? Like Seattle would be like worse if Russell Wilson was there right now. That's how bad this is. But on top of that, he's scared to run, right? His receivers are banged up. His defense is a little banged up. I'm going with the Raiders, actually. And I've learned not to pick the Raiders all season, except when they play Russell Wilson. Like, the Raiders are on the road. This is the first time the Raiders will be a road team, and they'll get more love on the road than the home team. Like, the Raiders are going to win this game in Denver. This is a terrible game.
Sky, do you have the same feelings? Do you think this is going to be a trash bowl too, bro?
Absolutely. But, I feel a little bit differently than Syl because I just feel like the lesser of two evils in this situation is Russell Wilson. If I have to choose between him and Derek Carr, look, I don't want my quarterback crying on the podium, bro. Like, I don't want to see that.
It's a bad look.
Yeah, like just being in that locker room, bro. Like when you look to the quarterback, they're supposed to be, that steady rock, that's really keeping everybody cool, calm, and collected, not crying at the podium. So since I didn't see that, I'm rolling with Russell Wilson. You know what I'm saying? Let's ride.
That's right. Wow. Homie picks fucking Broncos at home. Hey, that's not a bad pick though. Like that's the only reason why I might have picked them is them being at home. But I gotta mark that pick down just because Who knows how the fuck that game is gonna go? It could go our way. I think Derek Carr's got to come out and be a good quarterback today, or he just made himself look like the biggest pussy of all time. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Necron, he's on the way to Houston. Go Cowboys. That's right. He's got a show today in Houston. Our homie Necron, the rocker. He's always doing something. And
Necron kept picking them Raiders. That's why
yeah,
he said
bro. Done with the Raiders, bro.
Hold it down for a minute. I'll be right back.
I got it, homie. I got it. We got it. And then thanks, Sky, for being here, obviously, because you can help this show keep going on the road. And we got Integrity asking a general question, sort of on topic, sort of not. Is the NFL a better product today than it was a decade ago? I think yes. And let me tell you why. Because of more exposure, because of better camera angles, because of better technology, because of more instances of things happening and then having clarification on what rules are, seeing things happen out. We have a better playoff format. We have a better overtime format. We have better player negotiations. We have better practice schedules for the players. We have more stuff for the players in general to make sure that they're happy because they're the product. It's not just the NFL as a whole. It's the players too. It's the head coaches. I think maybe we had better players and better teams as a whole a decade ago, but I think today it's a better product. I mean, they just played a game in Munich, Germany, dude. It was like a Super Bowl for them. We're playing almost every other week in London. We have games in Mexico this week. We're playing on 4 different continents. So yeah, I think the NFL is continuing to grow, and I think it's not going to stop anytime soon. What do you think about that, Sky?
I actually have the opposite take. I don't think it's a better look, the NFL has always kind of been known to have like this, it's a joke that the acronym stands for Not Fun League, right? And the way that the NFL just kind of cracks down on a lot of those things that I feel like make the game more fun, and it's only kind of gotten worse in terms of like the celebrations and things like that, right? And it just kind of makes it to where they're trying to police human behavior and trying to stop people from having natural reactions, right? I mean, if you've never like ran for a touchdown, you know what I'm saying, and like actually felt that feeling, and you're trying to tell people to not celebrate, you know what I'm saying? I just think that that's where it becomes a little problematic. Now within the last few years, they've been kind of trying to get people to be engaged with it in a few different ways. So they've been kind of like letting them reins loose a little bit, but I do feel that overall the NFL was a better product a little bit over a decade ago, but it's not to say that it can't surpass that. So.
Yeah, I hear what you mean by that as far as like entertainment goes. I guess I was looking at it more of like as a numbers side. It's a bigger product now, but yeah, I have to agree with it.
I just don't think it's better, but definitely bigger.
Yeah,
you are right though.
Yeah, I for sure better as far as that, and like, I like seeing good teams be good. I always say that, and like the good teams now, there's very far and few in between. So I think that goes a lot with how things have changed. Israel, I saw you earlier, man. You said what up. I think one of us was in mid pick, so I didn't want to stop him, but he says, let's go Niners. And we'll get there. We're on our way there. We actually got to be quick with this. So we'll continue on. And the next game is the Cowboys versus the Vikings. This is going to be a very good game to watch. And it's so fun. Yeah, it's so funny that Necron came in and had to leave real quick because we could have had him for a Cowboys pick real quick. JCJ real quick, he says, I agree with both of y'all. I miss them old days. Absolutely. These athletes, some of them are better, but I think the defensive linemen of old were a little bit more stout. The game has changed just because of how mobile quarterbacks are and things like that. Game has changed. It's become faster, and just due to competitiveness, it got faster. But the first game at 4:25 today, when the real games start again, is them Cowboys versus the Vikings. Cowboys are 6-3. Vikings are 8-1, top of their division. Like that. You like that? You like that? Kirk Cousins just throwing it right to Justin Jefferson, who this season has 7.7 receptions a game. So basically 8 receptions a game and almost 118 yards per game, which is first in the league. So what you're looking at is Justin Jefferson versus Trayvon Diggs today. And that's one of the marquee matchups that you could ever see. And that's, in general, this offense and the Vikings going against the defense that is Dallas. I think that's going to be fun to watch. Now, the other hand is, can Dak do enough on the offense to keep up and to score with the Vikings? I mean, we saw it against the Bills. You got to score at least 30 in order to make this a game. Dak scored 49 against the Bears a couple weeks ago in his return. Can you make that happen again? I don't know. And I don't think they do today. On the road in Minnesota, that place is going to be vibing just so they can like warm themselves up because of how cold it is there. And I think with that close game that they had last week in Buffalo, they're going to be even more hyped for that win again today. And I don't see the Cowboys throwing a cog in the wheels that is the Vikings. What do you think, Syl, since we got you back, of Cowboys versus the Vikings today?
Man, it's gonna be a good game, right? I mean, I think the Vikings, they juiced up because of that game. They really were supposed to lose that game against the Bills, right? Like, let's keep it real. As we was watching it, that game was over. But I think that gives them a little boost, just like a little human boost, where it's like, hey, like we kind of feeling ourselves. They're at home. Now, see, if this was in Texas, I actually probably would have picked the Cowboys, but I don't trust Dak on the road. He's gonna have that confused look, like when he messes up. How Dak, his eyes be bucking when he messes up. That's what you're going to see today in Minnesota, Minneapolis. So we're going with the Vikings. This is a swag win because, they're feeling themselves, and I think they're going to play up. Justin Jefferson, I said all season. That's one bold take I said all season. He's the best receiver in the league. He proved it last week. Vikings rolling, man. The Cowboys reeling, going with the Vikings.
Yeah, that's a smart pick. What do you think, Sky? Today in Minnesota.
Look, y'all know how I love my wide receivers, yo. This is a huge wide receiver battle. I know how it feels kind of going into these weeks when you're looking across that field and you got another dog that's on the other side, right? And they are definitely going to be looking forward to trying to outdo one another. So I'm looking forward to a big game from both wideouts. Both wide receiver ones on both teams. But I am going to have to pick Kirk Cousins, yo. My dude is swagged out right now, yo. He feeling himself. He got the chains on, you know what I'm saying? Like, he got the glasses. Everything is just really clicking for Kirk Cousins. And Syl was also absolutely right. The eyes never lie, yo. Dak Prescott be looking hella confused sometimes on that road, yo. And when your quarterback got that look in his eyes, it's never good. It's never good. And, the other players kind of sense it. So I'm definitely expecting a big game out of the Vikings. And I think that they're going to take care of business at home against the Cowboys this week.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And that's a big thing too. Like, I forgot about that, was the whole, they're kind of blaming each other for who got those interceptions and who ran the route wrong and all that. That's not a good look ever, especially this.
Yo, it's never good, Joe. Yeah. I'm always gonna take the wide receiver side, like real time.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. You got almost 5 minutes to make sure your fantasy rosters are set. If you're a fantasy man, we don't have fantasy this year, but next year we're gonna have a Syl Nation Sports Network Fantasy League. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna have a live draft So just keep that, put that in your back pocket. Next year, it's going to be real big for fantasy. It'll be a part of the countdown. We'll have standings. We'll show the standings. We'll show the best records. We'll do all that. So it's just another way to get the community interacted in this. And we love everyone for coming through today. And at 187, I see you. Thank you for stopping through, obviously.
Good.
Yeah, man. We appreciate everyone being here and partaking. So without further ado, like I said, 5 minutes left. We got a couple of seconds to get these picks in. And that is the motherfucking night games today. And somehow the Kansas City Chiefs find themselves in the night game every week now. Chiefs 7-2, flying across the freaking country to go into SoFi Stadium against the Los Angeles Chargers, who are 5-4. It's a division matchup, and the Chargers are at, watch this now. They're at home, right? Because they have to share that home with a whole ass another team. I think the Chiefs are gonna take it on the road today, and I think maybe it's close, but I think it won't be. I think it'll be a snooze fest later on, and I'll be asleep by halftime. But that's just how I feel. Skywalker, you saw me talking shit. I gotta have you go first on this one. Who do you got today in SoFi tonight?
Real quick, last time I came on here and I picked the Chargers because I was on my way to SoFi and I couldn't pick against them and go to the game. I'm not going to the game this week, so Chiefs.
Who you got, Syl?
Real quick, that Bengals game, my pick is the Bengals, just to have it on record. The other 4:00 game, but as far as this,
I did. I didn't write that shit down, bro.
But yeah, I'm gonna get that W at that one. But with this game, you got the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs, like I said, I put them up there upper echelon as usual, AFC. But I think the Chiefs gonna kind of come back down to earth a little bit. Actually, the Chargers plays them good every time, and you got barbecue ribs over there. Those ribs feeling better lately. They're less tender than usual. Plus, I think did I check the injury report on that? I think he's getting his wide receivers back this week as well too. Mike Williams and the veteran Keenan. What's the
Keenan Allen?
Name? Keenan Allen is questionable. So we'll see. Both receivers are questionable. They may play. Hey, barbecue ribs, man. I think the Chargers gonna win at home, man.
McRibs.
Going with the Chargers for a slight upset. Bring the Chiefs down to earth a little bit.
He said the McRib. He said they less tender. So when ribs are less tender, they are worse. You know what I'm saying?
That means he's gonna play harder.
Damn. Right. Exactly, man. He's lean right now. And still is right. I did miss this game. I don't know why I didn't peep it. But at 4:25, there is one more game. Bengals versus Steelers. Bengals win on the road. What do you got for that, Sky, real quick?
I'm rolling with Mike Tomlin and the Steelers.
Oh shit! Let's go, upset special. Okay. So now we got to keep our eye on that. But continue with those night games. We have Monday night, the battle of the what are you teams, and that's the San Francisco 49ers, who are 5-4, going to the Cardinals, who are 4-6, and I say, what are you? Because at one point in the season, I thought the 49ers were bound to go to the Super Bowl when they got Christian McCaffrey back. And then they fucking lose. And now the fucking Cardinals are starting to play good again. It's like, I don't know, maybe Kyler Murray finished the campaign in Call of Duty and he's got more time to study. Maybe that's what it is. But, tomorrow night, I think the 49ers are going to have that road win. They're going to start to play the football that they need to play in order to make the playoff run that they want to. And I think the Cardinals just keep imploding, unfortunately. That's how I see that game going. Syl, who do you have for Monday night tomorrow night in Arizona?
Yeah, so, I've been watching the Cardinals on HBO in-season Hard Knocks. I really like that show. Waiting to see how they melt down, each week with the Cardinals and everything like that. Like, Now, Kyler Murray, he is, he was banged up. He is questionable. I mean, they could have had any famous Murray. It really wouldn't matter in this game against the 49ers. I'm going with the 49ers. I think they're a better team. I think CMC McCaffrey's going to, throw another touchdown, run another touchdown, catch a touchdown, whatever he's going to score. 49ers just a tougher team. Cardinals are dysfunctional. 49ers would win.
Yeah, absolutely. And then and my fault. Thank you, Israel, for correcting me. It isn't in Phoenix. It's in Mexico City at Estadio Azteca, which is a cool place. Has many games played there. Skywalker, who do you have tomorrow night in Mexico City, bro?
Man, I am rocking with the 49ers, yo. I think that they're an overall better team, and I think that we are about to be coming up on a double XP weekend for Call of Duty, so Kyler Murray might be a little busy, Real talk. Hey, his record on double XP weekends is terrible, yo.
It is. It's a fact. It's just a fact, bro.
Hey, fucking dude be grinding on there. You know what I'm saying? He's grinding on there.
He needs to go back to film study. With that pick, bro, CafeZone starting in probably about 10-15 minutes. We need a little break, Hosts need a little chill before the game start. Go to the bathroom
or something.
Yeah, get ourselves situated. And then we'll be ready to go live on Syl's Twitch. I had the banner ticker going this whole time, so you can see it. It'll be in your face, so you can get reminded. Don't just watch those 1 p.m. games by yourself. Turn us on and turn up with us from the chat and watch us laugh our asses off at all these games like we usually do. There's usually something. If it's not something in the game, it's something like the fans do something. It always makes us laugh. It's always a good time. And Skywalker, thank you for coming through today, man. I appreciate you being here, surprising us. And my bad for not checking my DMs. You know how I am.
Nah. I had Necron trying to ask you. I'm like, yo, because I don't want him to know that I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? But yo, for all you guys that don't know, if you got that Amazon Prime membership, go ahead and use your free sub to subscribe to the homie Syl ABDUL on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? You get one free sub. If you got Amazon Prime, go ahead and use that for the big homie, because who else should you use it for if it's not the big homie? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna look at you weird. You know what I'm saying? Like,
appreciate it. And that's every month. You gotta use your free sub every month, and we do basketball Monday nights as well too.
Hell yeah.
Wait, you have to keep doing it every month?
Yeah, it doesn't automatically resubscribe. It gives you a different option every month. Yeah, and
you have to. Well, I'm about to have to resubscribe then.
You gotta resub. Yeah, you gotta resub and put that reminder on. This week we got Freezing Cold Takes on Wednesday as always. If it has to be moved to Thursday, you'll hear about that, but probably Wednesday night. And what's this Thursday? Oh, right. It's Thanksgiving, motherfuckers. What's on Thursday? A shitload of games. So I'll probably be live. I don't know if Syl's going to be available, but I'll be doing a little countdown for the Thursday games.
Some plates. I'm going to be all over the place Thursday, bro.
You'll be all over the place. I don't have a lot going on Thursday until the afternoon, so I'll be doing a little countdown in the morning, most likely. But again, Wednesday night, Freezing Cold Takes. We'll get to roast the first 4 games that I picked today, probably. And besides that, though, so what do you have coming up, bro?
Yeah, like I said, Mondays, we do that NBA watch along, hand down, man down. That's where basically NBA has their kind of like red zone. So it's multiple games going on. So we watch that. It cuts in and out of games. So really starting to build that up Monday nights. Then you already know Tuesday, Scoop Center. Mikey is going to give his take on this James Gunn situation and all this stuff going on. Is Cal Superman? And then Mikey's going to throw a little curveball, throw some Marvel, some Spider-Man, Secret Wars type stuff. So it's going to be always a fun show, Tuesday, Scoop Center.
Always, dude. Always. And then you got Coffee Talk on Thursday, probably Unfiltered Fridays, Syl Nation Saturdays, and back here again on Sunday. You know how we do it. Skywalker, what do you have coming up this week, homie?
Oh man, got a few streams that I'm working on. I'm actually I had some stuff planned, but I had to push it back because my face was a little swollen. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to have my face all up in people's thumbnails and stuff, looking all crazy. But yeah, just be on the lookout. Follow me on Twitter at Skywalker Tweet, and I will be announcing some stuff there pretty soon.
Absolutely, yeah. Follow Sky on Twitter. Follow Syl on Twitter. It's just Syl Abdul now, not no more ink. Take that ink off and follow me. If you're here, you already follow me.
We got to
Twitter,
get Syl verified on Twitter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for free.
The real way.
Yeah, for free. Yeah.
So many clowns on Twitter. I was like, let me keep it simple. That's Syl Abdul. Got those imitators out there.
Imitation is the greatest form of flattery. But with that, yeah, that's how we know we winning. That's how we know we winning. As Syl put it earlier. And I gotta thank everybody for coming through here today, and everybody who's gonna watch the replay of this. Thank you so much. This is Syl Nation Sports Network, and it doesn't exist without everybody, especially these fine gentlemen here on the stream with me. And man, this is so much fun every week. I literally can't be gracious enough for you, Syl, for being on here, and for Skywalker for putting me on. This is so much fun, man, and I hope we do nothing but grow and continue to have more fun. After this season, we got XFL, bro, and after this show, we got CafeZone. We'll see everybody over there. And have
Boss
a good
lady.
day. Boss lady, you already know. We'll see everybody over on Twitch. Have a good day. Peace out.